Let's go.
We're back.
Happy New Year. We can still say that, right?
Let me
adjust
that.
that.
I think we have.
Yeah, 10 days in. You know, I put a little hashtag at the top about Happy New Year nonsense. You know, like as your New Year's resolution. Because we just talked about that.
Yeah.
Booyah. So Kyle's like really not good at holding secrets. Like if you have a secret, like don't tell Kyle. Just don't do it. Unless you want to like leak it.
We'll get like a new headband. Like don't show anyone that I'm doing.
So
You guys, people are here. No, like, I think I've showed Derek. We go. I'm like, I'm getting this headband. It's coming next.
but like it could be anything.
Yeah.
And he goes, hey, so so and so told me not to tell anybody. But like, I mean, I'm gonna tell you obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people you say that to with every secret that's been out, but it's all right. Anyway, so he just told me he had a confession just now. It was a monumental confession. Okay, so not only has he been holding a secret that I told him, I said don't tell anybody. That was a secret that someone else told me not to tell anybody. So I guess that makes me the bad guy. But anyway, he goes, dude, I didn't even tell Mouse. Or I didn't tell anybody, which is like unheard of because I think I told you a week ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it ended up being like the secret wasn't even real. It was like some juice that we were thinking about dropping. And it like, thankfully we didn't.
Yeah.
We had to double check the sources because that's the type of show that you're on right here. You're getting the truth. You're getting the real news. We're not just firing off the hip like some other tabloid-esque online schmucks out there. I can actually use the word schmuck.
Someone else must have told because
someone
right?
allegedly the rumor was that someone caught wind of something and ran interference, and then the whole thing was a sham. It wasn't true. So we're glad.
paintball news is hard to keep a secret too when it's like a
because sometimes you
especially
just
if it's
want
like
to
a player
you know what I
move.
mean? You want to say it. You
Yeah.
want to tell everybody.
tell one
tell
person.
everybody.
You tell one person, it's like times 5. There's a risk of 5, and then as soon as you tell those 5, there's a risk of 20.
5-man squad.
Yeah.
You got to tell your squad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Every one you add, there's 5 more. So.
If you're the number 2 on the snake side, you got to at least tell your snake guy. And if you're the snake guy, you got to tell your backup guy. Right? You know, you got to tell your backup guy because otherwise, if there's no trust right there, it's like if you don't trust your quarterback, or if you don't trust the guy defending the quarterback, then there's no trust. So you got to tell at least the guy right there, and then that guy's got a friend over here, and he's got to tell him. You know, Kyle tells me, I got to tell Yosh.
Yeah.
Yosh is probably going to tell Marcelo because he's right there, and then guess who Marcelo's going to tell? Dalton. It's just the how the world works.
Chain of command.
Nick Slowiak, there he is, ladies and gentlemen. The duck is here. Shout out to Nick Slowiak.
Oh, we did hear some
hear it.
other allegedly news, right?
What was it?
When we went to the fish shop the other day.
Oh.
Remember about some?
Oh, the Ironman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thunder.
Dude, there is a big Ironman tryout again. I call it a cash grab, but it's a tryout because sometimes you find some guys, right? You go out there, you get called back, you pay entrance fee, field paint only, of course. But there is an opportunity out there, and there are opportunities because I do know that a couple of guys were able to take advantage of those said opportunities. Nick, I hope that you're a shoo-in, my friend, and they're not making you pay entrance fee this weekend. But oh, look at that, Chris O gifting the membership. NYX,
Nice.
we're so happy that you are now a supporter of the channel.
Wow.
Yeah. We knew that you've always wanted to be a show supporter, but now it's official. It's official. We've got NYX supporting the channel, courtesy of Mr. Chris O. Chris, your progress is looking solid, dude.
Saw an interview of Chris the other day too.
Yeah.
So he wants to play Aaron Rodgers 1-on-1 on the paintball field.
Does Aaron Rodgers play paintball?
I think he has. Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. I'll ref it.
There we go.
Yeah. We used to
Nick said it's not an open tryout
It's not an open tryout, unless you've got.
unless you invite a lot of people.
It's not an open tryout. It's an invite tryout. Okay. So I believe there are a handful of the Seattle Thunder players that are going to be coming down. I know a couple of local guys that are going to be trying out, and I would assume there's a handful of local players that are out there that might be trying out. I mean, the Ironman did start last year with a pretty large group of guys that kind of got shuffled around throughout the season.
Sure.
And that's what it takes, you know. Like they've been in a rebuilding phase, and you know things definitely started looking up for them towards the end of the season. I thought they had a great event in World Cup, like all their matches so far have been incredibly close. No matter what, like they've been really close on all those. So you know, that's good to see. Excited to hear about the stories from that and who they pick up. Another rebuilding, as we could talk about, is we just the off-season All-Stars, which I just want to point out that I'm just a guest. Okay, I'm just a moonlighter on the off-season All-Stars because I'm not even in the group chat. I was taken out of the group chat by somebody, or maybe there was just a new group put together, and you guys just obviously forgot to put me in the group chat.
I put you in the group chat.
Someone took me out.
Someone took you out.
Get out of here.
You gotta figure out the mystery.
Just tell me the secret. Someone took me out of the group chat. Can you believe it?
I think it was a joke, but then I was like,
it was like, haha, let's see and see if Ryan even notices.
Yeah. So
was it during the season or was it like?
No, it was that before we went that one day that you didn't want to go.
Was I in town?
Yeah, it was the one day we went to.
No, because I hadn't been getting any messages before.
No, it was like instantly.
Oh, there's a new chat started.
Yeah, there was a new chat started.
New chat started.
Yeah,
I didn't get a single message.
I put you. I know it was like right as I put you in, you got taken out.
So I would have never gotten notified.
No, you never got notified.
Oh well, then of course I didn't.
But I think it was a joke, by
who?
By who did it? That he thought that you would see. That's a clue. It was a man.
Well, of course. Yeah. Okay,
it's one
there's
clue,
down to
though.
7 people.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna play 20 questions here. There's only 5 guys on the roster, and I know it wasn't Brandon Cornell. So.
And he wanted you to see that he kicked you out, but he doesn't know that. It doesn't show that, so that could be another clue.
Okay, so that's
someone
2
that
clues.
doesn't, maybe
really
know how,
but like it's kind of thinks they're funny.
Work. Yeah.
Okay. You guys want to put in the comments below who you guys think?
And we have Rainey.
Yeah.
Mouse. Brandon Cornell. Myself.
Marcelo.
I thought I said Marcelo.
Oh, did you?
Maybe. Mouse, Marcelo, Rainey, myself, Brandon Cornell.
Damien.
Ooh,
could have. No, I don't even think he could get that far.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. Let's get Kyle to spill the beans. We're gonna figure it out. Why don't you guys put in there? Thanks, Papa Bear.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's Papa Bear Harris. You know what? Papa Bear.
Stream strength doing over there.
I don't know. Is someone saying anything?
Well, it's rolling here.
We're rolling over here.
We're getting no, we're not.
Oh, I see what you're saying. 100%. I just want to point out that Papa Bear Harris. Let me see. Do I got stream? Yeah, not good. Stream health is not good.
The internet's been having a little trouble lately.
Yeah, with lots of storms. I don't know if you guys have been watching the news out here in.
all you storm chasers out there.
Yeah, you storm chasers out there. And pretty lousy the last couple of days, but the internet's been pretty lousy the last couple of days. Yeah, sorry guys on the lag, but when it rains in San Diego, drivers tend to crash into all sorts of poles and break things. There's mudslides everywhere. Places are being evacuated in Northern California. That one's on. The one in there's on. Sloan's streaming everything on YouTube right now. So chat's been disconnected. Please wait a while to reconnect. So yeah, we're having some stream connectivity issues. We're back up.
I thought you just clicked. Did you just click that? And
I did it. It just so happened like at the same exact time. That's not how it works. I apologize for this. I show up.
Should I open the door? Maybe that'll
open the door. We get better. We get more stuff coming through the door.
More reception.
Yeah, it'll also air out this musty smell that we got in here. I think some rats or some mice maybe died somewhere in the Spick Span Doghouse Studios.
Didn't you used to have that little
it's right there.
thing outside though, up there?
Yeah, but it's raining.
I know, so I wonder.
But we haven't had it out the last couple weeks.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we've got like this mesh net system that's like catching things. But I did in there in the comments who seems to have been able to create some sort of social media network there. Everybody who is dealing with this this lag issue here, it is not something that we have control over. Unfortunately, that's just how things work. I feel like everything in Southern California is not really built specifically for any inclement weather, and that's what you get. That's what you get. So again, bear with us through these stormy conditions. Brandon O, that's a great question on what movie I like to watch on Disney Plus. We just watched the new Live Encanto. It was a play. She likes all the Disney movies. Although
The Cat in Boots one.
Puss in Boots, I took her to Puss in Boots. I'm not sure if that's Disney or not, but the new one's actually pretty scary, to be completely honest.
What about that scary Winnie the Pooh movie that's coming out?
I think it's already out. We should definitely not show her that. If you watch any of the original Disney content, first of all, there's a disclaimer in there that says specifically like full spectrum of human beings. like Peter Pan is very inappropriate to women, to minorities. To be honest, the original Peter Pan, and I believe the same thing is true with Winnie the Pooh.
Pee Wee Herman.
Pee Wee Herman's not a Disney catalog, I don't think. But yeah.
Like
anyway,
Nickelodeon or something.
So what we'll do is we're gonna try. I mean, the sun literally just kind of came out for a little bit, but it was just torrential downpours here a second ago.
Yeah, we're struggling.
Yeah, we are. We're watching this thing go from like 0 back up to like full
like
rip.
Twin brother.
It does the blinking square.
Square.
The blinking square of death over here. 0. We're streaming at 0 right now.
Oh.
And then it kind of slowly ramps back
What
up.
should we like 6,000?
7,500, 10,000, I think is what we're at. Or we're supposed to be. So, yeah, guys, we understand. Another beautiful 4 p.m. Tuesday. And Marcelo is doing okay. For those of you guys who may have seen, I don't know if he put anything on the story, but he did kind of hit his lip with his tank.
We could take the show on the road and do it Wednesday or Thursday there, and then another show on Tuesday in Jackson.
I can't guarantee they don't have good internet out there.
Is bringing the Starlink?
He's not really packing the Starlink. So tomorrow we're actually going to be going to Jackson Hole. The whole family, the whole trip's the whole squad's going. So we're going to bring the show on the road, and next week's show will be live from actually Swan Valley, Idaho, from the Ninos.
From Trout Street. The audio is good though, so I guess we're a podcast today.
Okay, that's great.
Naughty.
Everything's been pretty bad out here. Something like that.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You've gotten shot with a shotgun.
Oh man. Wasn't you telling me the other day that like 22 is like essentially kind of like a BB gun as far as like home intruder?
That was not me, but yes, yeah. You don't want to have.
Someone told me it's like I really want to get a 22 as like a home defense.
Home defense.
Like I don't know if like
yeah,
the
no.
best bet.
We know somebody who's been shot several times. I think with a 22.
Really?
Yeah, it didn't really phase him. Oh. Yeah.
It's like.
It was
punching.
Thanos. So, it was. I don't think it didn't phase him very much. But anyway, I don't even know if you guys are still out with us at this point.
24 people.
24 people. What? Oh no. I've got 92 on my. Oh yeah, I see 24 viewers. Okay. Well, yeah, this is gonna go down in history as our. We're not even. It's not even happening. Nothing's even happening right now. So, I wonder if Camille's just in there resetting the router, because she forgot that it's the show's live today. We're running 24,000. Let's go. Oh.
No, it keeps spiking.
Yeah. Error.
Should we just maybe go live on Instagram or something?
Tipping?
A little bit.
Everything's frozen. Yeah, so James, it's not an audio thing. Connection seems excellent. We're rolling, we're streaming, we are live, we're back. We are hot spotted.
66 people in here.
Okay, yeah, so we probably lost it. Thank you for those of you guys who stuck with us, but
it's a little bit better, I said.
It's slightly a little bit down, a little bit better. Okay. Do you want to go up there and, well, I don't even know if I think we should reboot the computer at this point. I think we're good. Let's roll it. We're rolling.
Yeah.
We're rolling, all right? We're doing it live. Okay.
Oh, look, we're green box.
Yeah, we're green box, baby. Okay. Excellent. We're plugged in here. Everything's good. All right. So, thanks for those of you who stuck it with us. This one was...
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, welcome to the show. Let's start it again.
This is about the same amount of time.
Roll it back.
This is about
when I... Just kidding.
This is about when I started that one time. 419.
Some things are in our control. pretty much everything's out of our control. So so we appreciate everybody for sticking with us as we troubleshoot it. Obviously, we have backups because we're always prepared. And now, good now that we know, you can just kind of swap it out and it'll pick back up. So excellent. All right. So what we wanted to talk about, or what we were beginning to talk about, was this weekend's paintball, right? We played a little paintball this weekend. I was kicked out of a group chat. They thought it was funny. Ha ha ha. And we'll figure it out who it was who did that at the end of the show, unless the show just randomly shuts down.
Yeah, let's see.
So
we're always high tech. Yep.
Yeah.
Just like to keep you guys on your toes, you know. Just never know what to expect here. Spick and Span Studio.
Yeah, and Jonas, we are going to get some more guests. I have a bunch of guests that are written down. We still want to get A-Rod on the show. He said that towards the end of the month, so maybe we'll be able to get him on for the end of this month or the first of next month. The beginning of next month is real paintball time. I believe, actually, the team is now going to have practice at the end of this month. We'll have an ASG practice. We just talked about it last night, which reminds me, I need to order gear for JT. So we have stuff to play with. Yeah. We still got pods. Still got Gen X pods. So we're not worried about that. But I got to get paint here. I got to get gear for everybody. We got new ice goggles coming in. We've got the Dynasty goggles online right now. DynastyPaintball.com. Matrix Gear has got them as well. So make sure you guys pick up a pair of Dynasty goggles. Any kind of goggles. Get some fresh goggles for this season. Come on. So we practiced Aftermath. Let's. What do you think? The new Aftermath. How would you rate them? 1 through 20. Give them a 1 out of 20 rating. I guess 20 being Latin Saints, 1 being Dynasty.
Somewhere between 13 and 16.
Wow, really?
I mean, when they started putting it together.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
One thing is, I think we could easily say Mouse was playing the most consistent and best. Like, give him player of the day for Sunday. But he was just dominating, and he was running to the snake every single point. And I had said, I don't know if you were standing there, but I was like, if I was Aftermath right now, I'd be standing in this spot on the Dorito side, shooting Mouse right off the break. Mouse is like, you can't shoot me. You can't shoot me. Go over there and see if you can shoot me. And then he gets like chewed up off the break one point, and he's like, "They're just standing right here. We have to put paint right here."
That's what I said.
And I was like, what was that? I'm sorry." And then he just started laughing. He's like, "Well, I didn't know." But so I went over to David Ramirez, who was coaching them, and I was like, "Hey, what? You guys finally figured out that spot to go shoot Mouse from?" And he's like, "Well, we actually did earlier, but there was like some coaching confusion on doing it. We were doing that yesterday." So I don't know.
They'd been playing that layout for a day already?
They played it the day before, but they had already tried that. They just weren't. I think they weren't allowed to do it for some reason. I don't know how many people are coaching now, but that can also be an issue, because we came out and we were beating them like pretty confidently for most of the points, and then they went on a little run and they won like 4 points in a row, and that started actually with them shooting Mouse off the break, and then we started playing a little bit differently, maybe not running the snake every single point, and I thought they played a little bit better when they kind of changed the momentum and made us play a little bit differently, and then we had to figure out back how to play using a different game plan in a sense, but I don't know. Obviously, it's practice. There's so many more layers to it with the tournament and refs and everything. So see, and then obviously experience. If guys haven't played pro before, see how like.
So what would be your biggest piece of advice? What would have helped them out the most? What would you say, or to any of the teams out there, right? Like, what are the kind of key things when you're punching up, when you're the lower guy? What should you do? What would be the best way? Is it extra preparation beforehand? What would you say during the game? Is there a different mentality you should take? Like, what would be your piece of advice? Especially, like, let's say this. our Sunday ended with the way it did, if we had to play them again for another full day, so say our Sunday was Saturday, what would you tell them, like, on going into the next day, saying, like, hey, listen, we need a better practice? What would you tell them to give us, the better team, a better practice?
So I'd probably
challenge us.
I like to do, like, both sides of the spectrum. One would being to try playing almost hyper aggressive. Mm-hmm. Try going up into spots that'll create a distraction, like that big wedge, that Seattle wedge, mm-hmm. and also, like, there was like 3 main huge bunkers across the middle of the field. I like sometimes even going to those spots as a distraction just to switch the game up, because if you're going to the same, maybe, like, let's say there's 7 or 8 bunkers in that back line that are makeable, and you're just going to those over and over, but mm-hmm. there's like a far spot that might not be that great and you're mm-hmm. going to get pinched out, it still causes a lot of the other team to kind of focus on that spot, and which might let your guys get out if they haven't been able to get out. So that would be one of them. The other thing would be play like a little bit more hyper aggressive and trying to get 2 guys out to a side quick. And then the last one would just be, like, play to stay alive. And it's okay if they get all the spots, and it's okay if they get a little bit closer. Let's just play to stay alive and see if that works out. Uh-huh. Because if that, I think, in my opinion, you probably, on every given team, there's at least, to some extent, there's hopefully 2 or 3 guys that have that mindset, that, like, Marcelo mindset. That it's like, you're gonna have to dig me out to get me off the field. If you have a couple guys that are playing like that, and then the other guys are just trying to play hyper aggressive and go get, kills, a lot of times you're rolling dice and you're gonna end up maybe in a 3-on-5 a lot more mm-hmm. than not. So go out with everyone at that mindset. Let's just play 5-on-5 for at least 30 seconds to a minute. Just stay alive. Let's not even battle. Let them take the spots. Maybe we play better if they get closer. And then you start to get that communication, like, bridged. And maybe you even still don't win, but now you've figured out a little bit more. Because if you just keep going out there and, like, getting shot off the break or blowing out, you're not really, like, figuring out too much of the field.
Yeah, and I mean, that's one thing, though. Like, so survivability, right, is a huge factor. Just be alive give your guys next to you 10 seconds to, like, just be there.
Yeah.
However, when you're running off the break, like that last point we played, we shot 2 guys off the break.
Yeah.
There's sometimes you just can't not die.
Yeah.
You're gonna die, right? But I do, one thing you need to do is you got to realize the amount of reps, especially in a team like an Aftermath's position, right? We played a lot of points that day. I don't know, it's 20 points, 25 points.
Yeah.
We played a lot of points. And they didn't really do anything different. Until they sat in that blind zone, they didn't really do anything.
Yeah.
There was only one game when there was any pressure down one side of the field or the other. There were not, like, there's not many times that you could think of. So with all the reps, all the opportunities that you had, you need to really press it. You got to fail a lot to learn.
Yeah.
If you're only learning by failing very, very minutely in just such a high stakes environment, you're not going to be able to grow and figure things out quick enough. And that's why I always encourage players to try to go around to other sides of the field, try to play as much as you can. Obviously, if you've got 10 times, or if you're playing a blind layout, there's not really much room for error whatsoever. And I like your theory on blind layouts is like, let's play a really long point on the first one.
Yeah.
To try to learn as much as we can, to try to figure it out.
Yeah.
And on the flip side, I kind of like getting the point over as quickly as possible and trying to sting the teams on a blind layout.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh crap, now they're disheveled, and then you kind of come out with a nice breakout. So, but back to this is like, if you're gonna play the same spot, the same side, 15 times in a day, don't play it the same way 15 times.
Yeah.
Like at all.
Yeah.
And don't just play it 2 different ways. Like play it like aggressively, like figure it out.
And there was that. I'm sorry to cut you off. There was that one point where you were behind Mouse in the snake, and Rainey was kind of floating in between the back center and the insert can on the snake side. And Ethan, who was on Aftermath, was matched up with Mouse snake 2 to snake 2, which is about, I would say, 10-15 yard run. Yeah. And you were kind of going back and forth trying to help the Dorito side a little bit. Yeah. And the closest person that was watching Mouse was Damien in like the Dorito one. And he was like, I was kind of shooting over at the snake.
Yeah.
And if I'm like playing Mouse, who's just been like disassembling my team every single point,
get him off
getting 3 guys, maybe you can't do it right away. And I remember right before that, Ethan had tried to run that same situation. Ethan tried to run down a guy down. He got chewed up, and then he also got chewed out by the coaches. But then, so that made him made him like a little more timid to go get Mouse in that situation. But like, that's a good. I think, in my opinion, when you're playing guys that are like way better than you and way more experience and have a lot more knowledge, you don't want to give them a lot of time to figure out how to break it down.
Yeah.
And the same theory goes like what we were talking about last week about like DMG, and I forgot who else we were talking about, like closing the games once you're up 5-on-3. Like if you're in a 5-on-3 and you're not like that strong of a team and you're playing against a Dynasty or Impact and you got heavy hitters on the field, like don't give them a lot of time to like
figure out
where you're all going to stay. And so like that position, I think Ethan just goes, he's going to give his body. Mouse may or not shoot him, but like you're going to look over, or Damien ends up shooting him. You get him off the field though, that kind of balances it out.
Yeah, and I mean, I mentioned that to one of the guys, Steven, and actually I think it was that point. I'm like, dude, why did you fill from the corner to the can and then back to the back center?
Oh yeah,
it was a 2-on. I was actually, it wasn't that point. It was a different one because there was 2-on. It was a 2-on-1. It was Mouse and the Snake, I think, or maybe it might have been you, Mouse or Marcelo, or somebody was in the Snake. They had 2 guys in the Snake and 1 in the center.
Yeah.
And he filled away from his guy, left his wingman essentially, went over to the other way to like try to plug it up, and then, oh no, it was you in the corner. You were in the corner. It was you and Mouse. There, and then Mouse bunkered whoever, traded out with whoever it was, and then you guys won the point.
left.
I was like, dude, you left a 2-on-2 where you guys had the advantage with the third body in the middle.
Yes, yeah.
And then you went over there and just left your guy on an island, and he just got bunkered. Like,
and Mouse ran it, and then I had the whole side.
Yes, yep. And then you shot him out of the back center.
Yeah,
that's right. So I mean, like, my advice is you got to play. You got to like know when to press it. You got to realize, and this is a really good point that Kyle brought up, which is like the complex equation problem, right? So if you're playing against a Dynasty or an Impact or the All-Stars, let's call it this weekend, we're way better at solving complex problems than most anybody else, especially the Aftermath squad this last weekend. So if you just let the game settle, we're going to figure it out, which is also why, with the exception of the 1 4-on-3 that we lost, it was also why in a handful of the 2-on-whatevers or the 3-on-whatevers we were down bodies, we still ended up pulling it out because our guys are going to figure it out a little bit quicker. So don't allow, like, you gotta apply pressure and like get the guys off the field, and that's a big factor when a lot of teams get complacent in that time when they get up a body, and then they just don't apply the proper pressure and they don't try to win the game. They're just like, okay, cool, we're in the driver's seat. And you get into that habit, especially if you're not playing teams better than you consistently. So, yeah, and Kevin, and I know a lot of the guys, Alex has mentioned it a handful of times with the coaching staffs, and that's a big thing is you got to understand when to hold and when to fold, right? And obviously, the clock management becomes a factor in this.
I know Kevin from way back in the day.
Oh, really?
From those Palm Beach Vipers day.
And this comes into effect, especially when there's a clock, but when there's not, you have to understand, okay, what side of the coin am I on realistically? All right, what are the odds of my success? I'm constantly trying to calculate, like, is this move worth it? Is this move worth it? Is this gunfight worth it? What are my odds of success? You got to try to figure this out as soon as you possibly can, and then go, that's not going to work. This is going to work. How can I do this? Let me get my other teammate involved. I think Brandon Cornell I always really like playing with him. Because like we play really well together, and we're like, except for that one time we saw us at the Snake, that wasn't our best. That was not our best moment. But for the most part, it's like we know what we're gonna do. Like, hey, put this guy in, do this, do that. Let's go here, put this guy in, and now we own the outsides.
Yeah.
But if your team isn't actively trying to do that, which is one of the biggest problems, like this is gonna be something that's gonna be a big focal point of this communication masterclass that I'm gonna do for BKI, is communication and how to effectively direct the communication. I think that's where people struggle, right? The most is, what are you doing? Do you remember what you're supposed to do? Oh yeah, I forgot. Or like, that's right, I'm gonna try. Or that's right, I need help doing this. And that's where and we talked about this a million times, is we got to solve the problem fast, and we have to do it before the other guys do. And if we know that the other guys are better than us, then we have to outplay them by either doing something that they won't expect, right? Like there was a long point, I think it was a 3-on-3 actually. Marcelo was in the snake, Rainey was next to him watching over, and Brandon was in the back little baby or wedge thing, the Dallas. And Grayson Gladstone, who hadn't played a point really on that Dorito side yet, Kate just ran straight down the Doritos, bunkered Brandon, shot Marcelo and Rainey in the back.
Yeah.
It was something that we didn't expect.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you have to do, right? And yes, oftentimes, Verbal, you're right, is to YOLO down the field and try to bunker people out. And I'll tell you what, that does sound funny, and oftentimes it'll end in catastrophe. But if you do it to, like, just kind of force it sometimes when you know your shit's on the line, you're going to end the point quick, either winning or losing. And that's a lot of things that coaches may or may not like, and it doesn't mean throw your body away, but I'll tell you what, the camera guys watch a lot more paintball than we do. Mm-hmm. And so you'll see that it actually oftentimes pays off more than it doesn't. I mean, look, what was that one 2-on-5 with me and Rainey? Mm-hmm. And there's a 2-on-4, and I ran down and bunkered two guys. Like we almost kind of could have won the point, you know, but I know for sure my odds of winning when Rainey's at the center 50 and I'm in the snake corner. Yeah. And it's a 2-on-4, we're going to lose that point. Yeah. Like, there's got to be a miracle. So if I try to do something the other team's not expecting, we almost pulled it off. Like, I shot Steven out of the 50. I actually shot the guy in the command center in the loader, but then he roasted me. But if that didn't happen, I would have been behind him. Yeah. You know? So you're kind of, yeah, and Bobby, it's easy not to get penalties, dude. Like, so it does pay off. And when I say make a big move or do something the team's not expecting, you can still make a big move without cheating, believe it or not.
Yeah, you kind of know when you get shot.
Yeah, you know when you're getting shot.
Even when they're unobvious, you kind of know.
You know when you're getting shot at, and like, and look, I'm not saying like, hey, we're losing, just get up and run, right? You make a move, and you force it to a position that players aren't exactly waiting for it, right? Yeah. If you're the Dorito one, like, let's put it this way. If you're the snake corner guy, there's a guy in the snake 50, there's a guy in the center looking over the snake 50. These guys are trying to get you out because you know that there's this pressure. There's a Dorito guy also trying to do this. If you make a move up through the middle, that's kind of your path of least resistance, even though it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to go up that direction. Sure. If you try to run the snake guy down the tape, you're going to get chewed up by everybody. Yeah. Because that's where the pressure expects you to go. Yeah. So you have to try to think of like, how would I stop me? Okay, great. So where's the hole now? Yeah. It creates a hole quickly and easily. Like that's how a lot of players, that's how the good players get away with making these moves. And you're like, oh my God, that was insane. It's because
it was kind of like too on the World Cup layout when we were down bodies, we had like that kind of idea of, well, if the guy gets into the snake, let's go up actually into the wall and wait and try to get that kill.
Yes,
and then
because he's like, well, I made it to the snake. They're obviously not on the wall. Yeah. Right? I checked that guy off.
Yeah, they were in the back line. They wouldn't go to the wall. It's 5-on-3. You know?
Yeah. And then it was the same kind of thing. Like, you're matched up in that snake can on the World Cup layout. Heads up. Their guy moves first. Guess what? That's one less gun on you. Yeah. And I think that happened, and I made that big fill out on one of them. And that's like an immediate...
you see that guy leave. Yeah, you don't just shoot at him. That's what your chance to wrap.
Like, oh, crap, they're here now. It's like, no, that's your opportunity to make a move. So, I don't know. I'm going to put I would say the bottom, unfortunately, like probably the bottom 5 or 6 for Aftermath this year. Mm-hmm. I want them to do better. And I think they're going to get better. I think they're going to get better. Sure. It's going to be, it's going to be tough. The big thing is their practice schedule, right? Yeah. They need to have a practice schedule that is going to allow them to be challenged. Mm-hmm. Because if your practice schedule is a high-end divisional teams, I don't know what teams are going to be traveling out there. I know we're going to have the opportunity to do that, but it's gonna be a tricky one for them. Grayson definitely helped them out, and I think that they're going to be able to learn. But it's going to be a tough one, and I'm thinking they're for sure going to be better than the Latin Saints. Yeah,
I was actually going to say something about that with that last conversation. It's like Brandon and I went out and coached them after the whole breakup of Latin Saints. Went out and coached them that one weekend. And we're like stressing, like know know that you're like, no offense, but like you have no place being in the pro league. So you got to do something like completely unorthodox and off the wall to even try to hang at all, and then maybe blend in some like 5-on-5s. But like, I remember after one of the events, one of the guys, they lost like, I may have won a handful of points the whole prelims, lost every match. He's like, I don't know what happened. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't know what happened? Like, you guys, like, you're not gonna be able to play regular 5-on-5 paintball. You have to do some like crazy shit. Like, just go attack the guy. You're gonna most likely lose anyways. So like, what's the loss? Are you just trying to play like get more time on the field, or do you want to like maybe win some games? I guess you gotta figure out what's more important there. But I mean, a big thing I always say too is like, know your weaknesses and know your strengths. You work on your weaknesses when you go to practice, but you don't play into your weaknesses when you're, in a tournament setting. Like, play your strengths.
Yeah. And I think a big factor there is be realistic.
Yeah.
I see so many times when it's like always the refs. We got screwed. And sometimes we've guessed it on teams where we're like, oh, yes. Yeah. It was the refs for sure. For sure wasn't us.
Yeah.
Like, thank God you're happy. Like,
yeah.
Maybe there's like one bad call for the whole weekend and you're like, dude, we didn't win because we're not better than the other teams. But if you want to blame it on the refs, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
That case, right? And yeah, I mean, like, you gotta understand, you gotta be realistic with yourself. You gotta understand, like, these are my weaknesses. Not like, I'm better than, because if you go to the same mentality, you'll get, especially specific countries out there. I'm not gonna name any names, but forget specific countries and specific players and specific organizations, especially, feel that no one is better than them. They just cheat better than them. And I think that's the weakest, most ridiculous.
That is, yeah.
It's like, it's the most ridiculous concept I've ever heard in my life. And it's just so sad that people actually think that. What's he up to?
I don't know. I just messaged him.
It's so sad that like that is a reality for some people, that they think that the only reason that they're losing isn't because someone can possibly be better than them at the skill sets they're trying to learn, but they're better than them at cheating. And that's something that I've heard. And what that is that's just a personal issue of not being truthful with yourself, going, I need to work on these specific things, right? I need to be better at this. Instead, they're going, I for sure shot that guy.
Yeah.
He just cheated. And we're all guilty of that, right? Like, how do you miss that corner guy? I mean, my paint was there. I mean, I must have slid it off, right? I must have bounced him. Right? So it's like, yeah, it's a victim mindset. There you go. Exactly. It's like, you need to shake that off and go, I suck. Like, look, I am not good at gunfighting. Me, Ryan Greenspan. I suck at gunfighting. Straight up. That's why I always say, if I miss you the first couple times and you're still shooting at me, I'm going to stop battling you.
Yeah.
Because you're probably better at it. You, whoever's watching right now, Kalon Perrier, Bobby Corpse, Verbal, all you guys, Dan Shelley, you're probably just as good at me as, like, and we've done this at clinics. You're like, God damn it, I have to do this right now.
Yeah.
Bam, we get whacked in the elbow. We're like, throw a first shot. Like, I'm not good at it. Dude, be realistic. I'm really good at shooting people off the break. I'm really good at figuring things out. Those are my strengths. I can work on my weaknesses. You know what I mean? But a lot of people are not realistic there. And I mean, look, and this is the other reason that a lot of pros won't do the combine drills. I believe. I mean, you fucking smoked. You showed up that one time. This is great. This is a great combine story, like, just to kind of divert a little bit. Because, we developed the combine and all the drills in it to, like, really highlight your skill sets and where your strengths and weaknesses are. And thanks, Kaylin. I didn't mean to pick on you. That was just random chance I saw your name on there. So we've got the skill sets, right? With their snap shooting, how fast you can shoot 5 or 10. I think it's 10 shots in 10 seconds, and you just kind of the scores tallied. There's a running and shooting one. You run to the right 3 times, run to the left 3 times, and there's 3 different targets. You get scores. There's a breakout shooting one. There's a lateral sliding one, and there's a snake drill. The snake drill is my favorite one. It's like one of the coolest to watch.
Yeah.
And it's like pretty physically demanding, and it's got a lot of elements in there that make it a little bit more difficult than everything else. But so there needs to be an asterisk next to some of the scores on paintballcombine.com, because some of them are done on turf and some of them are done on natural grass.
Yeah.
Whereas like turf, you can slide way farther.
Yeah.
So, okay, we're in Boston. Things started off a little rocky. Kyle and I were on the snake drill. Very first kid does a somersault, goggles fall off, gun tape thing, everything, the whole course, it just falls down. Okay, shoots himself in the leg. It was a mess. And then everybody started doing it, and then there's a kid named Chris Zuno.
Yeah.
Okay, Zuno's the man. I like Zuno. He's one of my favorite players out there. Zuno runs the snake drill in like 14 and a half seconds, or like 14.87 seconds.
I hadn't done it in like 2 years.
Yeah,
right?
you hadn't done
that?
it since we debuted it.
Yeah.
He goes in there, whop, pop, and if you know anything about the snake drill, like, all right. So if you know anything about the snake drill, I want to say that around 20 seconds is a good score. You know, you're getting in the top probably a little bit. You know, if you do it in 30, great job. Like you finished it. No one's, some people are, if they are injured, they'll maybe do it in 45, 50 seconds. Yeah. And that's if you miss both targets. But sure. Zuno comes in here and does it just under 15 seconds. And then Kyle's like, whoa. And then like Kyle's like, I feel like I'm obligated now at this point to do it.
Yeah, I have to try.
So you're like, all right, your first one, you run in there and you do it, but you missed one target, right?
Yeah.
You missed one target and you still did it like right under 15 seconds. But if you miss a target, it adds 3 seconds or 1.5 seconds or something. So there's a penalty if you miss. So then he runs in there. He's like, all right, let me give it one more rip. You slide, come up. Before you popped up and shot and came back down before the ball even hit the target. Cross try the other one and sprinted out like 14.53 or 14 and a half seconds. It was insane. It was like, bravo, dude. That way to show up on that. That was insane.
I did beat him, or I didn't beat him?
You did beat him.
Oh, well, then if he was under 14, then I was 13.
No, I think he was under 15. I think he was 14 and change, and you were 14 and like under. You were like you beat him like by 20 thousandths of a second or like.
But also too, like the big thing about that was like we were stressing, and before I was doing it, I was like taking apart my gun, looking at my loader in the feed neck, making sure like my barrel was like super clean, even like the ports were clean, everything. They're like, what are you doing? You need like a full detail on your barrel. I'm like, you guys should all be doing this. If I'm at a skills contest where I have one ball to hit a target while I'm like running full speed, like I don't want anything.
Sorry.
Oh wow.
So Chris Zuno did it in 12 seconds. So you did it in 11 and change because you beat him. So okay, I'm sorry.
Wow.
So the fastest person on turf is 12 seconds, whereas like let's go to last year's California scores. The snake drill for the combine was 12.47. Christian Collins. Yeah. So that was on turf. So let's look at a grass score. AZ was on there. Florida 2020 Florida scores would have been on grass, so expect these to be a little bit slower. 50. We had 50 sprint back then. Snake drill, 14.38 seconds. So you shave off like 2 full seconds when you're on turf.
That was with a deduction.
Oh wow.
So
13 with.
But without. So but he missed a target maybe. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, I see. So he did it in 13.38, missed one target, did it in 14.38. So, some really cool stuff. Let's see the fastest person in Arizona in the snake. Brandon Trujillo, overall, number one in the snake. Good job. Let's see.
Snake
leaderboard.
drill.
Where's the snake drill? Snake drill.
Hugh. Oh, Brandon actually did. Yeah, second though.
Damn, Brandon did it 12.79 seconds. Good job, Brando. 12.38 was that was a tie actually in the last one.
In Arizona.
Yeah. Who else?
No, just.
Oh.
Next to Brandon.
Oh, yeah.
The spelling.
Oh. Okay. So it's pretty cool. So I suggest everybody who's in the Southern California area, go on to paintballcombine.com. Check those out. Yeah, Mario, I see you in here. We see you in here, Mario. Now Brandon's playing for Aftermath, and he's a starter. And he's crushing. Tell him we know he's not chilling. He's watching the show. You know you're watching the show. So, there's a lot of opportunity here, and that comes from a lot of hard work. but also a lot of networking at events like the paintball combine. And back to kind of just being a little bit.
Oh, we can't.
We can't?
Wow.
Alex is too busy. Come on. Eric, so to answer your question, would you say every player looking to seriously step up their game should at least attend one of these combines? So Eric, there's a couple. That's kind of a yes and no question or answer, right? So, yeah, I would say you should try to attend any kind of pro clinic you can, because that is going to really step up your game overall. You're going to learn. I think I was just talking to somebody who's going to come to our Miami clinic in 2 weeks on the 21st. Marcelo and I, 21st and 22nd. Marcelo and I are going to be down in Miami at Family Paintball Center. I think Kyle Berry might come out, and I'm pretty sure Harris just signed up last weekend after we talked to him, so he'll probably be there learning a thing or two. But what I was saying to somebody, they messaged me and said, "Hey, I wanted to do 2 days. You think I should just do 1 day and then do a team scrimmage afterwards?" And I said, "No. Listen, you're gonna learn more in 1 day. You're gonna learn more in 1 day during this conversation here that we just had on the Spick and Span show than you are in several weekends of you just beating your head against the wall with your D4 coach telling you nonsense from the sidelines. I promise you. So absolutely get yourself any kind of training time that you possibly can. The combine is especially unique because you get your scorecard. You get essentially you get a report card. Not only that, but there's going to be other scouts from other teams. There's going to be players there who are not on a team that are like, "Hey, I want to get on a team," right? If I don't have a team and I'm in the area, I just moved to the area, maybe I'm in between teams, you go out there, and not only do you get to meet, myself, Kyle, Marcelo, Tyler, Nick, all those pro coaches, but then on Sunday you get coached by us. You get put into a team of players that you may not know already. You may or may not know, and who knows, those might be guys that you end up forming a team to play the next WCPPL event or the next local event in the area. We have a ton of players out from Southern California, and a lot of players are kind of in between teams. They're not really sure. Maybe your team isn't taking it very seriously, but I guarantee all the players that are there to get better and there to be recognized, there to learn. So they're taking it seriously. Mm-hmm. It's $400. You get 2 cases of paint. It's 2 days of paintball, and you get a jersey. So it's a pretty solid value for the whole situation. Solid. Yeah. Yeah, the whole team should go. You're there for both days. You get a lot of us, and it's not like you're out there burning paint, every drill. It's like the snake drill, you shoot 2 paintballs. Yeah. Each time you go. The lateral slide drill, you shoot a handful of paint. The breakout one, I think you shoot the most. But it's not like you're burning through a ton of paint on there. And it's a really cool experience for a lot of people. I know that some of the people who've been there before, some of the kids that are on local teams, will definitely be out there. I know personally a couple guys who are starting teams. I think that some of the Narcos unit guys are going to be up there looking to plug their squad in. Maybe we get B Short up there for a day to find another Hawk killer. Oh yeah. I know the Hawks are trying to get it in. Let's get Kenny to come up.
I saw a video of Kenny running the snake.
I saw that too, dude. He still got it, man. Yeah. Shout out to Kenny, dude.
Yeah, look quick still.
Dude, he runs just like you too. It's like a giant stiff ball and muscle going like this. So yeah, I mean, I highly recommend it. I know that last week, as of when we were doing the show, I think there were 18 spots available. I don't know how many are still left, but it'll definitely sell out. And the other great thing is you get all the drills. So it's like, I think we made this analogy last time. It's like you're going to take a test, but the teacher gives you all the answers first. Mm-hmm. So you can choose at this point to not study and not know all of the drills, or you go in there like Brandon Trujillo, you get the number 1 overall spot, and I think he won. I don't know what he won, but he won something. I know that Chris Hugh, he won the snake drill. Looks like he got a pair of goggles. I think Eric Uzarski won the lateral slide, probably got a pack. Snap shooting, Edward Eberbach won a Greenspan jersey. The run and gun. So we give away goggles, we give all sorts of stuff, and there's a lot of cool prizes. And again, it's a great way to network. A lot of players struggle with the networking aspect of it. I know a lot of players just go out to the local field and hope they can get pickup games. Great way to have a squad when you go to the field is meet 4 or 5 other guys who don't really have a place on a team.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
So check it out, paintballcombine.com. And yeah, that was a nice little segue to that plug.
I almost forgot too. I'm glad I looked at the time. Because it was like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah. 5 minutes. We got a Tiger Wear drop coming. So I'm going to take the password off here in a second.
Make sure you put the link in there so those guys know. So open up a little tab, push the Control T button, get the tab open up on the top there. Go to tigerwear.co.
Yep.
Tigerwear.co. And get ready to refresh that page.
Very limited drop on this one, too.
Looks like
not very many.
Speaking of limited, looks like AT&T might be limiting my flow here.
Uh-oh. It looks like, well, actually, it went...
Something happened right there. That was strange. There we go. So, yeah, again, the Combine, definitely high on the bucket list type of thing. And then the next thing I would say you want to do is attend World Cup and then attend the BKI summer camp. I think.
I'm surprised it's so light outside,
dude.
We're getting back. We're coming back.
Yeah, we're back.
Wow.
We rounded the horn a couple weeks ago.
It's just been so rainy.
Yeah.
The sun's not back up.
No,
because it would be pitch black by now.
I know. That's it was the winter solstice the other day.
That gets me excited.
Yeah, we're coming around there we
Look
go.
at that.
Dude, sun's out, baby.
Yeah, sun's
out. Sun's out.
Yeah.
So yeah, check it out. paintballcombine.com. And we'll see you there. If there's still spots. So oh yeah, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
So this is a complete now new topic, but tomorrow is I don't know if they're launching it tomorrow on Go Sports Live or what's going on, but I did see something that the Iconic Awards are going down. And I'll tell you right now. So Verbal, first of all, congratulations. I heard that you were nominated. I don't know. But I'll tell you right now, listen, look into the camera. If the Spick and Span Show is not nominated for an award this year,
oh yeah,
we're gonna have beef here, pal.
Yeah.
Okay. I know that the top honors will probably go to PTG.
Yeah.
We'll play for soup. Let's talk paintball, but Verb Dog's got to be in there. Actually, all the camera guys are putting out way more way doper content than we are. Even though
there should be a best live content section.
Hey Quinn, there needs to be an Iconic Award for the best live show on Tuesday because I feel like we might have a win. Yeah, we're trying to come for that. We're trying to put it up over there. All right, we're trying to put it up on the shelves. You looking for Damien?
Yeah.
Also, just got all of the plaques done back. I meant to put some on the wall here for the Hall of Icons project that we have coming out at the first NXL event. So I'm really excited about that. I really wanted to show you guys actually one of the plaques because it's kind of not really a surprise who are the top handful of guys that made it. So we're inducting 20 players into the Hall of Icons, which is essentially a Hall of Fame. Someone already runs a Paintball Hall of Fame. They just don't really do much with it exactly. So we're going to do something. We're going to be doing something that's going to honor players who have had a big impact on the actual game play, right? So you're going to be seeing players in it who are retired, who have helped transition the sport from where it was to where it is. You know, like one of the guys was on the list who may or may not have made it was someone like Bob Long, right? Bob Long was a pioneer in the woods. He revolutionized a handful of the electronic paintball industry and segued into the sport as you know it now, as most people know it now. So,
dude, Matt, we tried to get Paintball Troll.
Dude, we've been.
He doesn't want to. He thinks that he might give away a clue about who he is just by how he talks. I think that's fair because, like you know, people know, maybe we might not know who he is,
but other people
will be like, oh.
Yeah, but you put it in one of those things.
No, but you know, it's
the mannerisms in which you talk. You put the big light
it's
behind
like how
you.
I just said. Well, the person who kicked you out of the chat thought it'd be funny because you would see that he kicked you out, but it doesn't show that to you, so he doesn't really know.
There's only two people. There's two people.
Yeah. So like things like that, like it wouldn't matter how my voice sounded. If I told you that, you'd be like, oh.
Well, kind of yes and no. So like when you watch a lot of those things where it's like those there's like a Vice Underground series on like the mega rich people who do like really fucked up stuff, and they're like, yeah, I'm always like a yacht like the yacht cabana boy, on a mega yacht, you know, and it's like, bro, there's not very many of you, and we can see what you look like with the light behind you, but people don't know, right? Oh, Tiger Way Drop is live.
We're live.
It's live?
Yep, we're live.
Okay, Tiger Way Drop is live. I wish that it was Bang Anus. I wish that it were Bang Anus. I just don't know that it is. I felt like it was Quinn from Iconic. He could do it. I could see him doing it. Yeah.
And Damien was close to him.
That's
and Damien seems like he knows who it is, right?
Damien, I think, knows who it is.
Yeah.
So anyway, we really want to get... And I talked to the paintball troll on his thing.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah, like I'll message him and be like, dude, that was hilarious. Hey, can we get you on the show? And he's like, oh, yeah. Yeah, wear a wig. Just wear a mask.
Yeah.
Either a pair of goggles. Wear a pair of goggles. We'll send you the goggles.
Changer.
And a voice changer. Where do you get a voice changer? Let's go on Amazon. Send me your address.
A spy shop, probably.
Yeah, go to the local spy shop. Get yourself some spy gear. And a voice thing.
Yeah.
Throw it in there real quick. Bobby, you got a lot of issues going on over there, man.
Do you guys like this beanie too? It was a little test one. Look at that.
I wish you
got
made
a
me
double,
one.
so you can make it longer. Made this special for Rainey and Marcelo because they like these like stretch beanies, with kind of like you could wear it a little bit longer or flip it up for off the field, a little casual. You didn't know that these were called, this style is actually fisherman? That's like what the definition is.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah.
On the slouch beanie. Rainey puts his entire mop inside that thing and just kind of dangles back.
Austin, I actually do have a few jerseys left. I did a post the other day. I need to update it. I sold a few of them, but I think I had 6 total. Every person that's purchasing a jersey is actually going into a wheel, so it's like 1 out of 6 chances to win a Dynasty Hormesis headband that I have. So I'm gonna re-update that too. If you want to just shoot me a message on Instagram, I need to post that picture back up on Instagram with the updated what I have left. So, but I got you if you're looking to get a jersey for your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's go. I got a jersey. Actually, I just found 2 jerseys, so I got some too.
And actually, I have another one. I got one right there.
Yeah. Dude, you guys see all these we got goggles. Like we found Oliver's gear bag.
Yeah.
He left it here.
Yeah.
Oliver, you left your gear bag.
Slowly going through it. I've been using his gun.
Yeah. You're like, I've got Oliver's gun.
Yeah.
He's got these frames that I found. Still have paintball on them. And to answer, I don't know, James. I don't know if you're. James' comment in there. Question about, is Oliver coming back? Is Oliver going to be playing next year? I have no clue. Hopefully, he's coming back for the first event because he may or may not have made it into the Hall of Icons as well. So I want to make sure. Although I don't know if we need to rescind that the award because he started playing again. Yeah, Mr. Mad, we could sell it all. I know he doesn't really care. Also, it is taking up space in our garage. And if you've seen our garage, it is a mess. It is an absolute mess. So we'll think about that on if we're gonna actually do that. The Iconic Awards show is going on here pretty soon. So Go Sports are gonna be announcing some winners. I believe they're gonna be announcing the nominees. And again, obviously, best live show.
I want to watch
demo.
that video on Go Sports too. They put up a new video, right?
They did?
Yeah.
Oh, let's do it. Yeah. I did not know that.
It's called. I don't know. I've been seeing them. Someone.
Yeah. Yes, I did. I did. I think you have you have an interview in there. You have an interview.
I do.
Yes.
Me?
Yeah, from Latin Saint. Did you not do an interview?
Or J-Rab maybe.
Oh, I swear I saw an interview from you. Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe not. But check out Go Sports. They've got all sorts of good stuff on there. And I believe tomorrow they're going to be at least shooting the iconic awards. I don't know. I got no info on it, so I don't know who's on it. We're just kind of trying to, in case there's like a last minute like addition that you need to put in there. Spick and Span Show, #1 Tuesdays 4 p.m. live show. Could be one of the best shows on the internet. Definitely doesn't have the best internet connection that you could get, but yeah. You know. You guys get it. All right, so let's see what else is next. One of the things we wanted to talk about last week was this kind of plagues local teams quite a bit, and this helps with the whole play above thing, but is when you have a team, let's take the Hunters are a great example. If you have a team that are in your local league, because this is a team that we know well, which has just pretty much been gutted and disbanded at this point. Most of them are on Aftermath, some of them are on Ironman. But if you have a team that's constantly dominating the league, right?
Like who?
Like the Premier League. Or like, let's take, if you look over in England and fly across the pond, you got the Lucky 15s, okay? They've been winning every single event for the last, 7 years, 6 years, 5 years, something like that. And a lot of people argue that it stunts the growth in the area because you can't win because these guys are so good. Do you agree with that? Or does it make you train harder, get better? I don't know. So it would basically, but that over there is a little different, a different type of dynamic because you're getting a NXL pro team playing in the local. That'd be like letting us play in the Premier League. Also, like, of course that's going to be unfair.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What do you think about that? Like, what do you think? Do you think you just?
I mean, I think maybe if it's the, I kind of like how they have it set up, how the MXL does it and how also WCPPL does it in the Premier League with how the point system works. So I think that it should kind of go like that down the board. I mean,
that is true.
I mean, the European NXL, you cannot have a full team that plays pro US NXL.
That's true.
You can only have one guested player. So you might as well, if you're going to have another league, I don't know, you either you don't play the league or
change the rules.
Yeah,
that's actually a really good point.
And you have to accommodate to the bulk of your customers. So if the bulk of your customers are not happy with it, then maybe it's time to make a change. And then,
that's
the
actually
customers can all get together and just not play it.
Yeah, and I forgive us because I don't think that we have many people from Europe who play in those types of leagues out there. But do you guys have a ranking system similar to how I believe they use the APPA system or the PBA, whatever it's called now? I don't know. And I think I think it's great how the MXL does it. You're allowed some pros. You can't have them both on the same team on the field, but you can have them on the roster. Like you guys were playing in the MXL, like just switching off. The WCPPL does allow pros as long as you don't have a lot of points, and that's a huge bonus to those types of players because it allows if they allowed any type of pro at the WC, then a lot of those lower division pros or lower ranked pros wouldn't be able to get on to teams because it would be filled up with guys like you or Mouse or Marcelo or myself. But it allows teams, and I've actually always kind of like, this is kind of playing devil's advocate, but Aftermath's a great example. But historically, Aftermath has had to always ref the WCPPL events.
Yeah.
Right? That's part of the dues that they pay. You get to play for free, but you got to ref these events.
Yeah.
But it actually really hurts them. Obviously, it saves Mike a ton of money, but it actually hurts those guys because they don't get a chance to, A, get experience playing, and B, the experience you get when you're the number one guy is a way different type of experience that you gather from just playing on a team where you're just one of the guys, maybe one of the top guys, whatever it is, because you shine because you get to go in there and you get to see, you get to create, you get to start to see how the game can unfold because you're playing with guys and you're able to start creating game plans, and it builds your confidence moving forward. So that's like.
I mean, I would attribute most of my, like, I feel like I'm one of the best coaches out there right now.
I agree.
Even for sure in out of the divisionals.
We'll see when we get to the combine.
Yeah, we'll see.
Right now, I'm the best coach.
You are. You
beat myself. I got a trophy over somewhere. I'll dig it up.
Nice.
There it is, right there.
But
so you can keep talking.
Like, I think a lot of that too was going out and playing in Europe and being the front guy, but still having to like tell everyone, like, have to figure it out and be like, oh, these are the pieces, and it was like sink or swim. And so I was able to gain a lot of knowledge just by going out and guessing with those other teams in Europe. Like, I had to help, you know, I was forced into that position. Or like, even if I didn't know, like, a lot of people were like, turn to me, be like, what should we do? And I'm like, well, I don't know, but
not
maybe
usually
let's
in this position.
try. And then it forced me to like think harder and figure it out.
Yeah, so. It's definitely a fast track to being able to start to see the game unfold for yourself, you know? And so that's like another big thing that I feel like would be a monumental help to a team like Aftermath, or a team that is playing in the local area. If you're able to coach, even just to go to these games and events and see what you would have done differently. And then another thing is like the networking side of things, I think is incredibly important. So yeah, that's a big one. That's definitely a big one. And I like what you said. And I'd have to ask, let's see, NXL EU do only have one open event. The rest is one division now. Huh. So yeah, I'd have to figure out how they do the ranks. Yeah, PB leagues is what I meant. So your point score. So do all of the local event series, the leagues in Europe, do they use a ranking system similar to what the NXL uses and what the rest of the world uses? Mm-hmm. Because that would solve your problem, right? If the CPPS, I believe, is the local league in England, or if whatever the French Federation League is, or the French League, or the Breakout Spa League, or whatever those leagues are in each country, if they adopted the same leagues and the same kind of types of rules where you can't have a full roster of NXL Pro European teams, you can't have a full roster of players, and you can only have a specific score amount, so it kind of brings guys up there. And I think that's a good solution to that.
Yeah.
But again, you got to pull your players, pull them. Speaking of pulling the players, what do you think about the NXL's rule to release the layout one weekend instead of 2 weekends?
Well, I mean, you know how I feel because we talked about it, but
Well, yeah, I know that. It's a rhetorical question, but they don't know.
Yeah.
You got another couple hundred people that want to know.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, I guess, like, I think that the if I'm gonna think of it in like a selfish way that I shouldn't, but would be like that. I think a really fun part about the events leading up to the events is that you get to play, and when you get to play in a way that you're like almost trying to figure out this really difficult puzzle. Mm-hmm. And that is we've been playing for so long that it's like we can go out any day and we can play, and there's just like, you obviously going out and you're trying to increase your like fundamentals and your skills, but the side of it where it's like we have like, they gave us a calculus, a really like unsolvable calculus problem, and everyone's like, see who can get the closest to figuring out. There's like more effort than like maybe just going through your math book and just doing practice problems, you know, like there's more of a challenge, and there's I think that, you know, who knows, like depending if most teams practice 2 weekends or just one long weekend. I don't know. I was a little bit bummed about it. I do think that the teams that are not doing as well are probably like feeling stoked for it, because it maybe, I don't know, I guess we'll have to see, but it feels like it gives them somewhat more of a chance.
It's almost like we don't give the better teams as much time to try to figure it out or something. It's it's like a half solution to the problem. But I'm under the impression that possibly, more than likely, the teams that voted to have the layout released 1 week prior instead of 2 are also the teams that are like, well, we can't really figure it out this problem as well anyway. So like, maybe this works. It's like they haven't really figured it out either, and they're just guessing.
I have a conspiracy that I haven't told you yet.
Okay.
I feel like this happens a lot of times in everything, maybe not just sports in general, but then when there's something with like sheer dominance, like what, and I, just got back on the team almost like, I guess three-fourths of the year.
Got 7/8.
7/8, yeah. But you guys had already won the last 2 World Cups, and then in those last 2 years, won 7 out of the 10 majors. I kind of feel like it's like trying to throw a wrench. Whoever's idea it was, all the people that kind of like started to plug the idea, like maybe let's kind of try to like shake things up here, because it's
it's also okay. So yeah, that's definitely it. Like when they said, do we need to change? But there's probably people that are complaining. Now another thing is budget constrictions.
Yeah.
A lot of teams are like, dude, it's expensive to get the entire team together for 2 full weekends. I'm sure the paint manufacturers are also saying something similar. Like, hey, it's expensive for us to be able to afford, like, to sponsor these teams for all this amount of times. Because I guarantee you that a lot of teams are not going to be playing as much. Or maybe, like, some of the teams are going to play, I think some teams are going to play, like, 9 days in a row or something like that.
Yeah.
And it actually does benefit the wealthier teams in that regard.
Sure.
Right? Because you can... Let's turn this thing off here. The wealthier teams can just be like, okay, well, we're going to start the Wednesday that the layout comes in release. We're going to fly everybody together. We're going to walk the field together. We're going to play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, we're going to fly to the event, and then we'll play Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay,
Take
great.
Wednesday off.
You got us.
Yeah. Buy up three practice slots.
Yeah, exactly. Buy up extra practice spots. I did see a funny paintball troll one. It was like,
oh yeah,
he's like, all right, layout released. Layout practice is $1,000 a slot.
Yeah, 4K said, perfect example is golf. Tiger proofing courses by making them a lot longer, so it was harder for him to overpower them on distance.
Yeah, exactly. That's another thing, but I do feel that if you look at the two,
but I can go.
We might need to fucking blast your hotspot.
Do you just use all your data up for the month?
I only get I guess so.
Yeah, you're toasting, Jackson.
I just can't stream anything. Yeah, we're done. I can't even. I don't even have Wi-Fi. I have no Wi-Fi to connect to. Law Street isn't even a Wi-Fi thing. Oh, are we back?
Are we back?
Yo, yeah, we're ripping. Are we ripping?
I think we're good.
We're ripping. Come on.
Hopefully you guys all went
we're back, baby.
Over to Tigerware.
Yeah.
In the meantime.
That was our short commercial breaks that you guys could go and shop at Tigerware. So, didn't know this, but I guess I only get 3 gigabytes of high-speed data. We didn't even know that was a thing.
Just sucked it all out.
Just sucked it all out. We're in January 10th right now.
Yeah.
I've got no data. I better upgrade that plan.
Yeah.
We're back, baby. All right. Well, wouldn't be the Spick and Span show without something like that. But we said like one of the biggest bombs on the show right there. We actually released the results, but I guess you guys didn't hear them. Yeah. Ripping and tearing. One of the best live podcasts that's sometimes live on the internet.
Wait, so that one piece of news we were talking about at the beginning of the show, we still can't say anything?
Do you want to write it down? I don't know.
The one that I kept... No, I...
We did that on purpose. We're just talking, just seeing if the mute button worked. There was some news that we were going to try to say, but I don't know. Yeah, Squeezy's messing with it. And Jeff, how do I not have unlimited? I don't know. I've had the same phone number for 23 years. Beats the hell out of me. I don't think I've ever really changed the plan.
Unlimited, I think.
Yeah.
I know. I think I do have a cap on like.
The cap on. I don't know. I think Jeff. The audio thing was our point. That was us. You got to read the lips. Read the lips. You got to read the lips. You got to search the background sometimes and see some of the Easter eggs that we hide around there for upcoming drops and little things. Mm-hmm. So anyway, but anyway, I'm not a huge fan of it just because I feel like weekend one. What we're gonna do, what Dynasty's gonna do, is we have a practice at the end of the month. I believe we're gonna go to ASG. We might do it at Victory. I'm not totally sure, but end of the month we've got a practice. Then the 2 weeks before the event, we're all going to get everybody together. We're just going to do Saturday, Sunday. We're just going to figure it out. Let's call it knock the rust off is the end of this month. And then we're just going to kind of play some paintball and just do some scenarios. Then when the layout gets released, we're doing a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday practice. So we're still going to get 4 days on the layout. Last year, historically, we've gotten 6 days. The Friday was like shoot 15 to 20 cases and then do another 65 to 75 cases over the course of 2 days. Mm-hmm. So now we're going to just do, Thursday, Friday field breakdown, light day on Thursday. I don't know that playing like 6 or 8 days in a row is really the ticket because, the Russians did that going into World Cup. Didn't really work out well for them. And I just feel like it takes a toll on you.
Yeah.
Were you sore at all after practice?
My lats were, but I had done worked on my back the day before, so I don't know if that was.
I'll tell you what, I was sore.
Were you?
Yeah, dude, my legs are stiff, dude. My
legs
are stiff.
Pretty good.
My back has been. I've been putting some serious ocean sessions in though.
Oh yeah.
So
that's true.
my back has been super. I should have
surfed
today.
My back's been good because I haven't been surfing.
You haven't been surfing in 9 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's.
But I had to get my back feels good.
Oh
now.
yeah, your lower back.
Yeah.
My upper back is just. I was gonna go today. Today's big.
Is it?
It was big today. I just didn't want to paddle out. I just felt like I would be just gassed by the time I was in there. So, Orlando, March 20th, 25th, 26th for a big scenario event. Austin, I'd love to. But that is WCPPL event number 1, and I'm going to be out there coaching some teams. So, yeah. Oh, and then someone asked about sponsors for 2023 for Dynasty. So, everything is going to be just about the same. We still got JT. We still got Field 1. We still have Infamous. We just placed an order for pads. I'm going to literally, as soon as we're done with the show in about 15 to 20 minutes, I'm going to place a JT order for the squad. Just placed a New Balance team order for shoes the other week. Dave Cheney, if you're listening to this, check your email. And then we actually, I believe, are going to sign with Jelly Blasters. Oh, wait a minute. Jelly Blaster right here. Oh, this one's broken. I almost got him. Were you a little worried?
Have to get a squeegee in there.
Yeah, now we got
a pipe cleaner.
I got a barrel break. Better charge that thing. All right. So anyway, I think we're working a deal with Jelly Blasters.
Yeah.
So they'll be on the jersey this year as well. And yeah, everything's pretty much the same. Team's stoked. We've got, maybe we're going to do a Dynasty Edition Jelly Blaster. I can't wait for that. But what's actually kind of fun and cool is it gives us a little bit more wiggle room for allowing the players to interact. So I believe that at every NXL event, we're going to have a couple Dynasty guys are going to be at the Jelly Blaster little area blasting people. So I'm pretty excited for that to be out there. And they're supporting paintball quite a bit. And dude, those things are fun, man.
Yeah, they're awesome.
They're actually really fun. And this rifle, which I'm not even going to pretend to shoot you with, that thing comes out the gate shooting like a real paintball gun.
It's pretty accurate, too.
I've turned that thing down. I turned that thing down like a lot. And I pulled it out thinking it was...
You can change the velocity on that one?
Yeah, it comes out shooting 270, I think.
Whoa.
270 feet per second. I roasted Sloan with it, and I was like, oh my God. Don't tell Mom.
She was like, that's
She was like, Dad. I was like, I'm sorry. I'm really glad that she chose the little one and I chose the big one because, teaches her a lesson.
Yeah.
Like, these things hurt. You got to be careful.
Yeah.
Teaches me a lesson. Dad, maybe take a couple warning shots before you blast your kid.
Yeah.
But
or she might have got you in the eye.
Imagine if I gave her that. It would have been toast. I wouldn't have been able to get near her. She would have just dropped me. Dude.
Yeah, you got to wait till she runs out.
Because all I'm wearing are these safety glasses right here. You know?
Yeah.
I would have been curled up in a fetal position while she emptied 500 of those pellets at 270 into my back. I would have been the worst time of my life. Yeah. EJ, they come out. I mean, I think they come out fat, like 240, 270, something like that.
Jeez.
Dude, they fly. So when you shot that thing, I've turned it down like 80% of the way.
Oh, wow.
It's just I lost the velocity tool because I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
I just kind of threw it out. So I was like, what do I need this thing for? Just don't throw out the parts.
Jeez.
Yeah, it'll. But the actual little pellets kind of explode. I don't even. Do those things? Where'd those all go? Do they already evaporate? So yeah, they'll just pop. They kind of sting, but it's not bad. Anyway.
So what, should we give out some free stuff?
Yeah.
Did you write down that? Did you see James said hormesis ban from Island Designs?
Oh yeah. Okay. James from Island Designs is going to be giving out a hormesis headband. Thank you, James. Also, just wanted to promote the midweek watchers. Those of you guys who can't be live, a couple of you said new job schedule. Maybe a couple of you guys have some things going on. But we do appreciate everybody watching live. We appreciate everybody watching afterwards. We appreciate everybody who supports the show, the channel. We're going to be upgrading this camera that you are looking at us. We're going to be getting new microphones so we sound dreamier. Maybe figure out, like, add a couple more of these Google Mesh systems. We're going to be upgrading a lot of things in 2023. Maybe fix, like, I don't know, I kind of like it, but it's kind of cluttered.
Yeah.
We can even move this whole, we were talking about moving the operation over there so we have a bigger space. Maybe cut this table so we've got a little more, so could we have a third guest?
Yeah.
Like, Damien's possibly moving right down the street.
Yeah.
He could be a regular here. We got to be able to fit Alex's head in this area. We got to get a blow up. So what I'm saying is, all of you guys who are members, we appreciate your support. We're going to be putting the funds from your supporting memberships to a good cause, which is upgrading the studio, upgrading your viewing experience. I know that's funny for me to say that now when we've already frozen 3 times on the show, but trust us, we're
we'll
trying.
Get some more lighting.
Yeah,
better lighting.
Better lighting. We've got that on the list. So we've got a short list of things that we're going to be dumping into the upgrade ability section. And also, I know that a lot of you guys watch this during the week, and we do appreciate that as well. So for those of you who commented on last week's video, Drew Connolly and Ross, you two are the winners. So I know that you guys are also members, so I'm going to see if I have your addresses. If you guys are watching this, the next day or a day after, and I have not gotten your address, please send it to us. Send it to SPICKNSPAN.show on Instagram, SPICKNSPAN.show. And also, let's give the Spick and Span Show Instagram page a little bit of a boost, okay? We're not incredibly active on there, but we're going to be. That's on the list as well. If there is news that gets dropped, we're going to be dropping it there.
Midweek news.
Oh, Jason Motto, dude, you're the man. We've got JT Slammer Pods. So we've got the JT Slammer Pods. What we need is that doohickey that attaches to the velocity loader, because I've got a velocity loader right here in this bag.
Oh, that goes on top?
Yeah, and then I'm going to show you what it was like. Slam pod on the top, giant thing here. This thing sitting out the top. Your loader looks like, it's like, I mean, you can.
Yeah,
like
yeah. Blake's tank.
Big. Yeah, it's like Blake's tank on your head, right over your head.
Yeah.
You thought the Pinocchio was obnoxious. Wait until you see these Slammer Pods. Jason, do they have good? Have you greased up the rubber bands? Because you slam them and they're old rubber bands. If those rubber bands are 25 years old, then there's gonna be a problem. So yeah. Anyway, internet is cool. Are we good? All right. So so let's go ahead and get to the giveaway. Let's do that right now.
Before we lose you guys.
Before we lose you guys again. And how are we doing on the sale? Do we got anything? Do we still have merchandise?
We got I believe we might be sold out of Mosaic. There's a few left of the Rainforest Rare Earth one, that dark green one.
Alrighty, and the wheel is brought to you by our partners, Island Design, Matrix Gear, Gen X Global, and
one Mosaic left.
One Mosaic out of everything?
Out of the Mosaic that we had in stock. There's one left.
Okay.
Rainforest, there's a few left.
Did you post the video that you made?
Just on my story, or just on my story, and then the Tigerwear story. But I didn't.
You gotta get that thing on the page. That was rad.
Yeah.
Do we have it here? Should we play it?
Yeah, I can.
Airdrop us.
All right.
All right, Christian Facet. Well, then we're gonna play a really cool. I'm really excited about it. I'm fairly certain that we're gonna get flagged for the audio.
Yeah. Maybe, but.
Yeah, 100%.
That's running.
Where'd you get the audio? Eric Feddersen, you just won some Gen X stuff.
It was a guy's song, but you know.
Is he famous?
Not that famous.
What is it like?
The video had like 1 million views.
Yeah.
The song.
We're gonna hold that. Go ahead and go onto Kyle's Instagram and watch it there. Sandy Toes, oh yeah, baby.
Wait, so you're not gonna show it now?
No. I can't post copyrighted stuff on here very well. They don't like that.
How do we know if it's copyrighted or not?
Who's the artist?
You're not gonna be able to.
Is his name Drake? Is it Drake or something?
No.
Okay. Is it like Little Uzi something? Does it start with
I mean,
Lil?
you can say this guy's name.
Oh, that guy's tight. Oh, Thoax Bamfu.
Well, a year ago.
Bamfani. Huh.
How do we know? How do we check if it's copyrighted?
It's 100% copyrighted. there's no doubt about it. But I mean, I guess we'll run it. All right, Shay, you are winning. Also, hey, I've got a really special prize right here. This is gonna go to everybody, and then the Hormesis headband is gonna go to the Mega members. I found a Windy City Major medal, 3rd place. Sorry, it's not a first, but I'm gonna send this out to.
There it is.
To Cali Mike Lou, baby.
Boom.
All right, Cali Mike Lou, you just won this. Kyle and I are going to sign this, even though Kyle didn't play the Windy City Major with us. Wait, did you?
Which one was that?
Yeah, you did. Chicago?
Yeah, just the first one I didn't play with you guys.
Oh, yeah. Kyle was there.
2nd place.
Oh, yeah. Let's go. We took 3rd.
No. I was talking about the first event.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, accept. Save to downloads. All right. Do we play it right now? Or
Technically, if you were your own team last year and I was my own team last year, I think the way my scores went, I had a better year because I didn't play that Dallas where did really bad. So you take my scores from the other one. If you think about it.
Yeah. You do the math.
Yeah.
Ipso facto.
I think that's how it works.
All right. Let's see here. I'm gonna add a media source here. We're gonna go Tiger. And then hold on, before I do this, I found a little secret here. So we're gonna play this, and
this is just kind of like a little artsy video I decided to do. That's kind of what we're about.
I'm really into it. To be completely honest with you. Oh, perfect. Okay, so it's queued up, and I'm gonna set up the wheel for the Mega members, also right here, YouTube, and this guy. Sorry, but for everybody else who wear this video and we get zapped
Thank
for
you,
this. Thanks for watching.
What is if it What do you guys think? Tony the Tiger.
Yeah, that was sick.
That was all me. We're not giving. Someone said Alex Goldman. I found the videos.
Alex Goldman is not the most creative guy.
Everything. I will say though, Alex runs the whole Instagram.
Yeah, that was him. Come on, spill the beans. Come on, it's not yet. Come on, you know.
I'm not saying no.
Come on, give it to me. Let's go. Come on. I know it was him. So let's add a Hormesis headband to today's giveaway. Yep, James Hall, we're doing it right now. That's going to be happening right now, courtesy of Island Designs. We're going to spin the wheel. Also, thank you to Paul from Matrix Gear. We're going to be giving away, I'm going to spin the wheel 2 more times. We're going to give away 2 $100 gift cards, courtesy of, there we go, put it right in the box, Matrix Gear and Paul. So make sure you guys check out Matrix Gear. Go over online. Give them a like on Facebook. Follow them on Instagram. All of your support towards them does help the show out a lot and helps support our sponsors. Also, Gen X Global. Thank you, Arfan, and the crew over there. I know the season is just about to kick off. We brought about 50 pods up this weekend and dominated. So, yeah.
You know how many we got back?
We got 6. But that was the point.
I got 6 in my pack. So.
Oh, well, I got 6.
There we go.
We got 12. That's 12. And some of them are filled with paintballs. Oh, by the way, don't let Sloan play with paintballs. I walked outside the other day, and there was a full pod of ultra yellow, bright yellow fill paint thrown all over the ground and all over our white dog, and then onto our white carpets in the house.
I was like, what's that yellow?
Yeah, yellow everywhere.
Yeah.
And Sloan, I was like, Sloan's like, yeah, I got the paintballs. I was like, oh no.
Jonas said, give away Harris's gym membership. He's probably not using it other than when he's a guest on your show. We'll see if Harris wants to give his membership away.
Yeah, you got Bally Total Fitness in New York, upstate New York.
I just want to say I had to. It's that thing where it's like if you don't have something nice to say, don't say it.
Okay.
But that audio with that in the background was horrendous. It was very frustrating.
As bad as it gets.
And I knew it was probably not going to change because it kind of gave him some hints. He didn't want to walk anywhere else.
Yeah, go into your car.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people just aren't, showbiz ready.
He's been on the show 3 times, and 2 out of 3 it's been horrible. Terrible.
Yeah, remember when he was driving?
Sound-wise.
Yeah.
Yeah. His driving,
he's a great personality. We need him on there more, right? We need to set up. Well, obviously, we don't need to set up a Harris fund to get him help because he was about to buy a pro team. So we just need to tell Harris to buy some stuff to be ready to be interviewed.
Wouldn't you, if you're just gonna drop $100,000 on a paintball team, wouldn't you just be like, hey, 2 of my best buds, let's just go play on a team that we want to. Like, not every team we could play on, but I will go on a team, and I'll help you guys
I also
out.
think that he doesn't want to dismantle or hurt NYX in any further way. That's what I got from it.
It doesn't have to be them.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I think those are all his buds.
Yeah.
I think all of his best buds play on that team.
Harris could call me up and say, hey, you want 80K? I'll play with whatever team he wants to go to.
Good.
I'll go back to the Latin Saints.
Kyle and Harris go back to the Latin Saints.
Yeah.
Okay,
80K.
Harris, think about that.
Give me a call.
Think about it. All right, we're going to go over to the wheel 3 more times, sorry. We're going to be giving away $200. Oh, what just happened? Oh.